Hey guys, Kelsey here from roughandtumblefarmhouse.com. Today I'm just doing sort of a quick video showing you the bean house I've been building for my kids, or I built for my kids, and it's kind of in process. And also, sorry, it has been a day today. We've been trying to get so much stuff done. So rather than be concerned about how I look right now, I'm just like, let's get a video done. Oh my gosh, the ducks. That's going to be a whole new thing. They're getting so big. But anyway, so you can see behind me here, this kind of ramshackle thing here. And I wanted to build this bean house because I saw this picture on Facebook and I thought that looks so cool. And I am trying to be really, really focused this summer on creating, on creating spaces. Oh yeah, I'm not letting that. That's a really awful little weed that can stay in my pocket, and I'll throw it in the garbage. Trying to create spaces on the farm that are really kid friendly because I want them to be involved in the farm. So we're adding some kind of things to the farm that are things that they can be responsible for and have fun with. And then I'm also trying to create more spaces on the farm where they can just have some independent play and have fun while they're still in the vicinity of me, so I can get work done that they either find boring, or it loses their attention really quickly, or just not safe for them to do. So the bean house here in the garden is part of that. So here I'm just going to show you how I went ahead and made it. And of course, it'd be more impressive to show this after it's a big, beautiful bean house. But I wanted to share this kind of idea with you because it's still early enough in the season, wherever you are, that if you wanted to make something like this yourself, then you certainly could. So I'm going to show you how I put it together, which it's not. I always tell people, if you do any sort of actual construction, just don't even watch my videos because they must be just so painful. So, but I don't let the fact that I have rudimentary construction skills, I do not let that stop me. I just kind of forge ahead with my hideous construction projects. But, in the end here, I have a bean house, which I think is going to be pretty cool. So here's how I made it. I started out simply by digging 4 holes. They're about a shovel and a half deep. I think deeper would have probably been better though. And then I went and got some 2x4s. Maybe you can tell that one of them is shorter than the other. These are just scrap ones I had around. I should have cut that down, or I should have cut the other 3 down. But by the time I really actually noticed that that one was shorter, I'd already sort of tamped them in the ground and I was not taking them out. I did not have time. So then I used these kind of fence beams, these like slats from our fences that had kind of gotten old and rotten on the ends, to make the sides of this thing. And I am just using a drill and some self-tapping screws. I highly recommend. I found it really helpful to get the screws started on the ground, so that way they were already in the boards and I just had to kind of finish putting them in. And so in terms of the shape, I have 3 beams going kind of horizontally across the 2 sides and the back, and then I did this sort of teepee thing up. I would like to have a supporting beam connecting the 2 kind of points of the roof. I couldn't make that happen. And then I put like a support board in the back there you maybe saw. And it's time to do sort of the trellising. This is some old fence that we had used for trying to keep goats in. The goats absolutely ate it for breakfast. It just got all partially destroyed, so I rescued it from my own scrap pile, basically. Now you'd think maybe to go just sort of up and over with this, but because of the width of the fence kind of stuff that I was using and how wide I made my little bean house, I would have had to have done 2 layers, and it just trying to get up and over, I think, was going to be a real pain. So, and I'm standing on my feet here, so you can see it's a pretty tall structure. So I decided to cut small sections that I then just stapled into the sides. And so you can see here, I'll kind of show you how it looks. It looks terrible. It really does. But I promise this thing's going to turn out cool. So you can see here, I did a section of kind of fence on the bottom, and there's a little bit of a gap. I didn't have it right on the ground. It starts a couple inches up. There's a gap in between the 2. I'm hoping I don't need to add more wire there, but if I need to, I always can as the beams are going up. And then I just did 1 chunk, you'll see here, on each kind of panel of the roof, so to speak. And again, just kind of stapled that in. Underneath, I just kind of dug up the soil a little bit. I did zero amending or anything. We've actually got pretty good soil in our backyard. And I put in a trellising or climbing bean. I have no idea what this variety is. It was given to me by a neighbor at a farm I worked at. He said they were German beans that his mother brought over from Germany, and he's been saving seeds for years. I don't know if that's true or not, but they are a really prolific climber. They climb just like 8, 9 feet. So I chose to use these beans and then just packed them in, watered them in, and then within a couple weeks they came up. So the whole thing again is it's a pretty simple process. I did no measuring or anything. I just did this really quick on Mother's Day. I told my husband I want to build a bean house for the kids for Mother's Day. That's what I want to do. And so I'm gonna get kind of some cool, cute garden stuff to add to it. And I think once the beans climb up and over this thing, it's gonna look really awesome. So hopefully that gives you some inspiration to make a bean house on your own little farm or homestead. Thanks for watching, guys.